Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for installment of Scott's selections here for Wednesday, December 14th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in the NBA with Joel Embiid over 31.5 points at minus 115 on DraftKings. Pretty rough beat there. Embiid was really good last night, and Sacramento couldn't stop him like we thought. He ended up going 10 for 16 from the floor, 11 of 13 from the free throw line. The one thing we had to avoid was a blowout, and unfortunately, we were not able to avoid it as the Sixers ran the Kings out of the building. Embiid only played 30 minutes when he was playing roughly 34 plus minutes in every other game. But unfortunately, in 30 minutes, Embiid scored 31 points. We lost by half a point because he got benched for the majority of the fourth quarter. So pretty rough there. If he played 31 minutes, he might have gotten there. We needed one more basket. But with the Sixers winning by 20, it wasn't exactly surprising that Embiid ended up getting pulled with a lot of time left in the fourth. So rough beat there. Look for a bounce back winner here on Wednesday. And for today's play today, going back to the NBA, looking at a matchup between the Knicks and the Bulls, taking place at around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this matchup, going to take a team total in this one. We're going to take the Bulls team total under 114.5 at minus 125 on Fox Bet. Time recording of 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Couple reasons why I like the Bulls team total under in this spot. First reason, we'll get the Bulls recently offensively. They've been a little bit overrated. The Bulls have scored less than 115 points in regulation in 5 of their last 7 games. And I say in regulation because the Bulls ended up going over in their last game against the Hawks. However, that game did go to overtime. So I do think the Bulls' recent offensive numbers are a bit inflated because of their offensive outburst there in overtime against Atlanta. But the Knicks defensively have really turned a corner. For most of the season, they've been a bit underwhelming on the defensive end, but recently they've really picked it up a notch as the Knicks have allowed less than 103 points in each of their last 4 games. And against decent competition, you're looking at their actual last couple of opponents, played against the Cavaliers with Mitchell and Garland playing, only gave up 81 points, played against the Hawks with Trae Young, and only gave up 89, played against the Hornets on the road, gave up 102 there, and played against the Kings, up-tempo team, very good offensively, and only gave up 99. So the Knicks have really seemed to find their groove defensively, and I think as a result, they might be a little bit undervalued on that end because of their overall season numbers. And to break it down into the last 5 games based on efficiency, the Knicks are actually number 1 in the league in defensive efficiency, while Chicago is middle of the road. They are 14th in offensive efficiency. So I do think the Bulls offense might be a little bit overrated, while the Knicks defense is highly underrated based on how good they've been against some pretty good offenses in the past week. And I think as a result, the Bulls might have a tougher time scoring than the odds makers might think. But the Bulls have also not exactly done well offensively in the last couple of meetings against New York, as the Bulls have scored less than 110 points in 6 of the last 7 meetings. So I do think that based on historical trends, the Knicks have defended the Bulls very well in the past, and I think that should be the case once again, since the Knicks appear to have found their defensive identity once again, mostly because of some new rotations. They started using Grimes a lot more, and he could get even more playing time in this game because Jalen Brunson is questionable, so there's a chance he doesn't play. Brunson is an okay defensive player, but Grimes has been very, very good, and I do think his extra length could give some problems to Levine or DeRozan to some degree. I don't think you can fully stop DeRozan, but I think you could make his life difficult, and I think that the extra length that the Knicks have used on the perimeter has really been a huge reason why the Knicks defense has kind of kicked it up another level. But to go through some trends here, the under has been doing quite well in the Bulls' last couple home games, as the under is 6-1-1 in Chicago's last 8 home games, and the under is also 6-1 in the last 7 head-to-head meetings. But at the end of the day, you're going to give me a Knicks defense, which has really been just clicking, number 1 in the league in the last 5 games, against the Bulls offense, which has been pretty good lately, but I think the numbers are a bit inflated because of that overtime game against Atlanta. And the Knicks defense, I think, should be able to slow the pace. The Knicks are ranking 20th in pace in the last 5 games as well. So after they were really going up tempo, surprisingly under Thibodeau for the first month and change, they have really started to slow it back down. And I think as a result, this total might be a little bit off. So the play that once again here for Wednesday, December 14th, is going to be on the Bulls team total under 114.5 at minus 125 on Fox Bet. Bye, everyone.